Hey, good morning. This is Woodman. It's Saturday, June 15th, 2024. Primer is a 2004 science fiction film directed by Shane Carruth, a software engineer, which explores the complexities and consequences of time travel. It's known for its intricate plot and its technical dialogue, making it a challenging film to fully grasp on the first viewing. It is a cult classic on time travel. Here's an explanation of the movie's plot and the basic time travel mechanics involved, but you really should watch the movie because it's absolutely a joy to behold. The basic plot is that Primer follows two engineers, Aaron and Abe, who accidentally discover time travel while working on a project in their garage. The movie begins with them attempting to invent a device to reduce the weight of objects, but instead has the accidental effect of creating a time travel machine instead. The time travel mechanism here is this time machine, which in the film is just simply referred to as the box. And it works on a relatively simple principle. First, you start the box, right? The box is turned on at a certain point in time. Let's call it time A. Now, the person who wants to travel back in time enters the box at a later point, time B, right? And that's when you go to traveling back. So now inside the box, they stay inside the box for the same amount of time that has passed between time A and time B. So now you exit the box. When they exit the box, they arrive back at time A, which is essentially having traveled to the point when the box was originally turned on. So, how does the timeline work here? And there are lots of diagrams. You can probably search up the internet. You're going to find dozens of diagrams by film enthusiasts who have attempted to document how the story unfolds. As the characters use the box, they create overlapping timelines, leading to multiple versions of themselves existing at the same time. This is where the plot becomes intricate and complex because unlike other movies which have these weird rules that you can't be in two places at once, this and that doesn't exist in this movie. Key events: the first use, Abe is the first to use the box, and he successfully travels back in time. He shows Aaron how it works, and they both start using it to make profitable stock trades. Because obviously, if you've got something like this, you're not going to go and do something sappy. You're going to go and you're going to get that green money. And you're going to say, hey, you know what? I know this stock is going to succeed, therefore, I'm going to game the system. So they eventually make a larger version of the original time box, and that's kept a secret from Aaron. The failsafe box is left running continuously and allowing Abe to travel back to the point before any significant use of the time machine. The complications start to arise that as they use the machines, they encounter various snafus, such as the presence of multiple versions of themselves and the unintended consequences of their actions. Because obviously, if you've got now multiple people that have the same identity, how do you account for that in the system? What do you do with these people? So you have a breakdown of trust. Without the trust now existing between these individuals, there is a complete breakdown between the two as they manipulate each other and they manipulate the timelines for their own selfish purposes. In other words, instead of working together, they start to work against each other. Aaron and Abe exist simultaneously due to repeated time travel, leading to a lot of confusion and conflict. Like, who is the original Aaron and Abe at this point, and who should actually have the right to exist, right? So the major twists and consequences are that with Aaron's manipulation, it's revealed that Aaron has been using the failsafe box to repeatedly go back in time and alter events to his advantage, including recording conversations and manipulating outcomes. Because if you could have everything for yourself and you could betray your partner, then this is exactly how you're going to do it, right? So there's a party incident, which is a critical event at a party where a man with a shotgun appears, and it's handled differently in various timelines, showing the consequences of their meddling. In terms of separation, by the end of the film, the original Abe and Aaron's friendship has considerably deteriorated due to the mistrust and ethical dilemmas posed by their time travel exploits. Abe decides to stop his past self from ever discovering the time machine, while Aaron plans to continue using the technology elsewhere. this is a point where eventually one of them comes to their senses and the other is still a maniacal, evil individual who is destined to have their own way. So the conclusion is that Primer ends ambiguously, with multiple versions of Aaron and Abe still existing, and their futures are quite uncertain. The film's complexity lies in its non linear narrative, as well as the ethical and philosophical questions that it raises about time travel and human nature. Let's summarize some key points that you can get out of this film. The first thing is the discovery obviously was great for Aaron and Abe in the beginning. They accidentally invented time travel. They were trying to do something else. The mechanism of that time travel is the box, and the box allows them to travel back in time to when it was first turned on, which can create a whole lot of interesting scenarios. Now you start to have overlapping timelines during the film, which is that multiple versions of the characters now exist due to their repeated use of the box. And a lot of this centers around the selfish motives of the characters. There's a failsafe box, which is a larger secret time machine, which creates further complications. And then the conflict begins where mistrust and manipulation arise between Aaron and Abe. And there are obviously other characters in the film as well that are affected. So now the film ends with an uncertain future and a lot of cross boundaries that have been left unresolved throughout the film. So in short, this is not one of those sappy Hollywood films that's been written to have a really happy ending. This is one that has based on an intricate plot and mechanics, making it a cult classic of science fiction because the characters actually act like realistic people, rather than necessarily having some sort of a sweet, convenient ending that is, happy for everyone and the audience is satisfied with. You're left not only probably not satisfied with the ending, but you're also left with this possibility that you don't even know what's going on anymore because things have just gotten so bonkers throughout the film. But it is that raw storytelling narrative that really reels a lot of the fans in. And believe it or not, the film only costed was it $7,000 to make, which is actually incredible considering that it's so widely viewed, so popular, but it wasn't one of those films that required a multi-million-dollar Hollywood budget. So I hope you enjoyed my discussion on Primer. You really should watch the film for yourself. Obviously, like I said, I have left a diagram here on the screen for you to see how intricate it is in terms of all the time traveling that goes on and all the different versions of the two main characters that result and how that affects the film. But like I said, this is a wonderful, wonderful film, and I hope you enjoyed this. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I always appreciate your support to the channel. I love you. Thank you, and have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care. Bye.